Welcome, everyone, to Beaver Stadium, nestled in Bucolic State College and home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, and one of the loudest, most passionate crowds you'll find anywhere in college football. There's just something about the nightcap. After a day of wall-to-wall football, it just seems this is when chaos ensues. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Texas Longhorns, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Penn State Nittany Lions. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Nittany Lions will kick it away to start us off. Fair catch, called for and made. The Longhorns offense will get the first crack at it here. And there he is, the man, David, that they build this entire attack around.
And it's so nice to have a guy that makes everything easy for the people around him. The quarterback plays better because the feature is...
He's going to take a shot. Brings it in down the left side. And he's running in the open. Touchdown, Longhorns! And once he got loose, it was all over.
If you want to make a statement in a football game, that's how you do it. On your first offensive snap, you go 75 yards and score a touchdown. They have shown up. They are ready to go. Everybody, I think, in shock in the stadium right now.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Nittany Lions offense will go to work for the first time today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive that he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play. Well, they try to go with draw. They didn't catch the defense blitzing, so it wasn't a great look anyway. But up front, they just got beat regardless. And that back, David, had nowhere to go.
He had nowhere to go. But those offensive linemen, you got to set and you got to invite those defensive linemen up the field and kind of push them by. And you could tell they didn't do that. They didn't create any holes. There was really nowhere for him to go. You got to give him that first little hole, then maybe he can make a move. So the offensive line needs to do a better job.
Gets the first one of the day off and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Looking deep. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. Second down coming up. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best 2 conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football. So, yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David, you're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows. He can run slants. He can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know what time it is. It's about the big boys up front. You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration so my running back can fall forward just like that and get the first down.
And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. On the option. He'll pitch it. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
They're trying to run the ball on 1st down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Texas.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. TCU packed a wallop today, and in many ways felt like it packed Horned Frogs Nation with them too. This was supposed to be a road test, and instead, it felt like a walk through the park in Fort Worth. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Hey, Kevin Connors, keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The comeback on target. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Makes the catch. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Yeah, and a great job by the offensive line, seeing the blitz, picking it up, and then it's on the running back. Running back finds a hole, gets a little bit of a crease, makes a nice run at it.
Got his man quickly. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down.
Yeah, it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
The give to the tailback. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this 1st period. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the 1st quarter as we take a look at the stats. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Spence. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Wide receiver now comes in motion. He's going to pass on 2nd down. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Man, these windows get tighter down here in the red zone, and those catches are a little bit more contested, more people near you, and it gets a little bit more difficult. But you need your players to step up for your QB and make big plays. I think he's going to look back and say, I should have made that play.
Moves away as he feels pressure. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Timely decisions, effective play management helps them get in the end zone after that marathon drive.
And every time the offense needed to play, boom, they got it. I mean, you think about it. Whether it's a small run, small pass, whatever they needed, they got it done, and they popped it into the score.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
On the run, it's Morrison. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
Now, that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Power football with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Their pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Longhorns will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I like the idea of going draw there. You're trying to sell pass, but you still need to do a better job up front executing those blocks. There's too many one-on-ones where they got beat, and as a result, they suffer a negative play.
Pocket starts to collapse, and he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Well, and you can tell the QB, he drops back and he wants to throw the football. He wants to push it downfield, try to get the 1st down. Couldn't do it. Nobody was open, couldn't find anybody, took off to scramble. Great job by the defense reacting to it, getting him on the ground, stopping him short of the 1st down.
Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Oh, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the...
He'll take a deep shot here. And it's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Longhorn! And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
On second down, wants to throw. He's got his man. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He's got his man.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Grabs over the middle. It's Spence. And he'll pick up the 1st down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
2nd and 10. He'll throw again. Fires to the big fella. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. They can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. It's complete. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. They just keep throwing him the ball, this time on the slant.
No doubt. And you've seen it with the slant. You've seen other routes. Every route he's running, he's good. He seems to be open. So I'm going to continue to pick at this matchup every chance I get.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. He wants to throw. Finds the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the 1st down.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
The Nittany Lions have pushed it inside the 20. Looking to pass on 2nd down. Quick strike complete. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. 1st and goal. He's looking to throw it. He caught it. Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house him, but the defense tackles him at the 3. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Longhorns will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his spot. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning.
Fires the pass, intercepted. Trying to take it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
That's a bit of a gut punch if you're the offense because you went in at halftime, you made your adjustments, you're feeling good about your game plan coming here in the second half, and right away you throw an interception to the defense.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Lets it fly deep downfield. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. And now on second down for this offense. The give to the back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting on this block, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. The Longhorns get it past the sticks.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. To the air on first down. Dances away. Headed to the end zone. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical. And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Touchdown, Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it out. It's Gibbs. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. They're going to run it. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They run the reverse. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
For an offense, to make the wide receiver reverse work, you've got to have a lot of guys doing a good sell job. Running backs have to behave as if they're actually going to keep the football, and everybody else on offense has to be yelling out, run, to try to make the defense over-pursue, but no Oscars being handed out on that.
Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
It's a reverse. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And how easy was that? There's so much speed on the field in college football, and you get me lined up, and I'm trying to play coverage, and then all of a sudden that guy flies across the formation, and now everybody on the defense has to adjust. They didn't adjust quick enough, and he
fires deep toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
And how about this defense really answering the challenge so far today? This offense, you've seen like last week. I mean, they can throw for touchdowns and big yards and big chunk plays. Defense has answered the call, played the deep ball well, played discipline, making this offense really earn everything they get.
Caught in the backfield, it's Green. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not. Lofts one high and deep. Snags it. Touchdown, Penn State! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Able to run it out to the 28 on first down. Now it's 2nd and 7. They'll run it. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of the stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. They'll give it to the back. Able to fight his way ahead for a pickup of 4, but they're still left with a 4th and 2. A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. Try to get it on the ground. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run. You saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
Gets it inside the 30, down to the 27, a pickup of 6.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
He's got his man. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. And the comeback is on. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. and then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Handoff to the single running back. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll immediately call timeout. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let it go. And that pass is caught at the 25. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Longhorn! Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this two-game slide. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Man, the war for Utah has wrapped up between BYU and Utah, and we wanted to show you how this one went down. BYU was all gas and no brakes in one of the more convincing wins we'll see this week. The type of performance Robbie Bosco and company delivered in their national championship season of 1984. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
And in this situation late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal here.
They'll throw it on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Using the quick game. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Well, the good news is you got the first down running it there on second and short, but the bad news is you're down by quite a bit here in the fourth quarter, and 2, 3, 4-yard gains aren't going to get it done. You've got to start chucking this thing vertically to get back in the game.
Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up second and 4.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
Throws to the tight end. And here's the third interception of the night. Takes it the other way. He's at the 20. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Texas! They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the quarterback who makes a sure tackle.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Lofts one deep down the right side. And he hauls it in inside the 30. Touchdown, Penn State! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And, man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
Here comes the Texas offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Got his man on the right. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I think that shows you the experience of the quarterback there. His primary target wasn't open, so he didn't panic. Even though he was getting hit, he was still able to find his check down and find some positive yards.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They opened the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make 3rd down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know 3rd down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. And the Longhorns send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. And that is good versatility there and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. The Nittany Lions moving quickly to the line.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Going up top on 1st down. Got his man to the left. He'll work his way down to the 28. And the Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. The Nittany Lions have moved it inside the 20. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy has had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Went up top on 2nd down. That leaves him needing a yard here on 3rd down. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. 1st and goal and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. Going for 6. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
And that's step 1. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
He'll call for the fair catch here. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. One possession game, getting late. First order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with a W.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He unleashes a long one. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Back to work on 2nd and 10 from the 41 after that last incompletion. He's looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, they've thrown 2 straight incompletions, and they just need to play pitch and catch on this next play. They're down a possession, and you don't have to necessarily get the first down right here, but if you don't get it, you've got to at least keep the 4th down manageable to give yourself an opportunity.
And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. He wants a big play here late. Snags it down the right side. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. The Nittany Lions getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Quarterback adapted. He's going to run it. The Nittany Lions get it past the sticks. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. It's now 2nd down. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Fires downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Penn State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
What a massive play by this offense. Man, you needed it. Great execution. Now kick the extra point, tie this football game up late, or you go for 2. You go for the win. You try to take the lead. That is a you decision.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. There's enough time to get the ball down the field here, David, but you've got to make sure you're efficient and avoid mistakes.
Yeah, and
sends it downfield. Working that deep right side, an excellent concentration on the catch.
There were very big expectations surrounding this guy coming into the season. He's delivered week in, week out. With that last catch, he's now got over 1,000 yards receiving on the year.
Single back formation, and they give it to him. He just won't take a big hit. Slides off guys, makes moves. He's down to the 21. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. 6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. The give to the left side. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Running back searching for a hole. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
And that is exactly what you want from this offense. Take almost all the clock, execute, and now go out and take a lead by a touchdown. Great, flawless execution by this offense.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Trying to find his man on first down. He's taking the deep shot. And the pass is incomplete, and the ball game is over, and this will be a game of what might have been. You want to talk about building confidence now?